If you're a senior executive who needs to nail an upcoming high-stakes presentation, I will use my Executive Edge process to create a story-driven deck that will communicate your ideas with clarity and authority. It can be ready in 2 weeks, and I will keep refining it until you are completely satisfied. And if you don't like the strategy I create for you, you pay nothing. If that sounds interesting, here's how it works. First, we build your strategy. Most presentations start without a real plan. We've all been there. You start collecting slides from previous speeches and build Frankenstein decks. You build skeleton decks with empty slides for ideas to be inserted later and hope it all makes sense in the end. That's where projects can quickly go off track. I've been part of those processes, which is why I start differently. Before any design begins, I run a focused strategy session where I map out your audience, your goals, and your key messages. From that session, you will receive a presentation blueprint outlining the flow, your visuals, and how each part connects to your outcomes. That structure removes confusion, accelerates decisions, and is the fastest way from scattered ideas to a clear path forward. Next, we craft your story. The biggest mistake I've seen leaders make is try to include everything they know. The result is an overloaded deck that is hard to follow and even harder to deliver. We take that complexity and turn it into a persuasive and focused narrative. We work together to identify your key ideas, decide what belongs, and make sure every slide reinforces your message. The result is a structure that's easy to understand and natural for you to present. As the French poet and writer Nicolas Boileau once wrote, "Ce que l'on conçoit bien s'énonce clairement et les mots pour le dire arrivent aisément." Loosely translated, it means what is well understood can be clearly stated, and the words to say it come easily. That is our promise to you. A message so clear that delivering it comes naturally. Finally, we get to designing your presentation. Many decks fail because the visuals do not match the content or don't move decisions forward. That is the dreaded death by PowerPoint. We can transform your storyline into a high-impact presentation that feels cohesive, modern, and easy to follow. You will walk in the room confident, and your audience will walk out clear on what comes next. Each one of our steps builds on the one before. Together, they give you a complete, proven presentation system that replaces stress with clarity and turns ideas into action. And we don't just design your deck. We can also help you deliver it with the same clarity and confidence your slides now have. Look, you don't have to take my word for it. I have spent 30 years helping senior executives and leadership teams at leading organizations such as these and many others tell their stories with confidence and authority. For example, I recently helped the SkillPoint Foundation create an investor pitch presentation that raised millions of dollars in scholarship funding for trade school students with major contributions from organizations such as the Home Depot Foundation and 3M. So if that's all you need to hear and you're ready to talk, just click the button below to start your deck. We'll ask you a few questions and determine if this is a good fit for your upcoming presentation. If this isn't a good fit, we'll tell you. We only take on projects when we are confident we can help. Because if you don't like the strategy we create for you, you don't pay. If you're still here, let me explain the logic behind the magic. First, this isn't about design. Most designers think in visuals. I think in outcomes. Anyone can make your slides look nice. What really matters is how they influence people and drive decisions. For high-stakes presentations, this process goes well beyond design. It's built on communication psychology and a clean messaging strategy. We have all seen those overloaded slides that lose the audience before the message even lands. I can fix that by helping you build a story-driven presentation that will make your ideas clear, simple, and persuasive. Second, I understand the executive world. I have spent more than 30 years helping senior executives and leadership teams. I fully understand the stress and expectations that come with your positions. I have sat in those meeting rooms, and I understand firsthand the pressure of delivering to a board when everything's on the line, or to an audience of 500 when your keynote has to sell. I know what you need before you even have to ask. And that experience allows me to anticipate challenges, reduce stress, and create presentations that perform when it matters the most. That's what makes our work different. That's the executive edge. It's not just slides. It's strategy, story, and a structure built by someone who knows exactly what's at stake. So if this sounds interesting, click the button below to start your deck and answer a few questions to see if this is the right fit for your upcoming presentation. If it's not, we will tell you. We only take on projects when we are confident we can help. But if it looks like a fit, we'll set up a quick chat to walk you through what the process could look like for you and your timeline. Either way, you'll walk away with more clarity about how to make your next presentation sharper, more impactful, and a whole lot less stressful. So click the button below to start your deck, and let's make sure your next presentation gets exactly the results you want.